Okay, moving over to your roster. So the first thing you want to do when you come into a new season is I like to edit settings in the upper right corner. And here you can turn on all of the extra fields that you want within each bio. For example, hometown, high school, height, weight. You can see all the standard options we have here. And then you also do have the ability to add in some customs as well. So go ahead and just check all those off. And then next you'll want to import your players from last season. So our system does a really good job of guessing who should come over this next season. So on this next page, you can see as we continue, it'll guess who's going to come over based off of their year. So for example, with our spring sports, you might have more seniors that are going to come back and play another year. So here you would just check off if Emily is going to come back. You can check that you want to bring her over. And then you could update her year from a senior to whatever you want that to read based on these special circumstances. Okay, and then at the bottom, we have two options to import the bio synopsis text and the headshots. So just check those options if you want to copy that over. Likely you will want to bring that over just so your content's a little more beefed up. Then you'll hit import and that will bring over all of those returning players. All right, and again, this is a live site, so we're just gonna hit cancel. But you know, once you bring it over, you would see the long list of players showing right here. So once you have all of your returners, you'll start to add in your freshmen and your transfers. So you can hit add one player at the top. And this just lets you add players one by one. So you'll just go through this page and fill out all the information that you have for this player. First and last name are required, but pretty much everything else on here, you know, you don't have to put in if you don't want to. You'll also notice those special edit settings, custom fields that we put in hometown, high school are now showing in your bio editor. Okay, so now once you would hit save changes and that would add in your new player. And so you can see right here is our test. So if you hop over to softball, we have an example set up for you. Sometimes in the upper right corner, you might see a little blue button that says sync players. Oh, sorry, Neil, actually, can you go into 2020? Perfect. So if you see this little sync players, it just means that your website rosters and your stat rosters, something's not matching up. So this player editor makes it easy and gives you one combined roster to edit. So if you ever see this, just go ahead and hit click sync players, and our system will just walk you through the process to make sure everything's matched up properly. So you'll just walk through all these steps, make sure all the information is showing correctly, you know, everything, just make sure everything's correct. Our system will kind of do all that work for you. And this last page, you'll hit save. And now you'll see Emily is now showing for us your roster synced, and you no longer see that sync players button in the upper right corner. So you know you're good to go. And then from this point out, it's just super easy to manage your roster. As you update stats, it'll automatically update the career stats, stats and bios, enhanced stats. It just makes everything a lot easier. Okay, so now I'm going to hand this over to Neil, and he'll start walking you through some other items on the site.
Hey, Katie, real quick.
Yes.
We have a question here from Michael. He was the question is to add new players to the roster. Is it better to do it through the game day portal or through the website /sports tab?
Yes, I always suggest go through game day. It's just like a more seamless workflow, and it'll feature the bio automatically to the correct headlines. So you don't even really need to think about a lot of those functions that are happening in the background. So if you ever have the option to add content through game day or the website, I always say go through game day.